E.N.D here. Tarkir Dragonstorm will mark the epic conclusion of the Dragonstorm arc, which began with Wilds of Eldraine, continued on Ixalan, Ravnica, Thunder Junction, Bloomburrow, Duskmoon, and Ether Drift. While details about the set remain scarce, we do know that Dragonstorms are unleashing dragons across the plane, tearing through the omen paths with every powerful beat of their wings. In response, the 5 resurgent clans of Tarkir will rise to defend their world and the multiverse itself against this looming threat. E.N.D's goal for the set is to blend the best elements of Khans of Tarkir and Dragons of Tarkir, creating a best of both worlds experience that captures what fans love most about the original block. That's all we know so far regarding this set. But what do we expect for Tarkir Dragonstorm? Here are my 10 predictions for this Storm of a Dragon set. Intro. First prediction, the return of Khans. When Sarkhan Vol altered Tarkir's history, his action erased the original 3-color clans, replacing them with 2-color factions ruled by powerful elder dragons. While the Dragon Lords became a defining aspect of Dragons of Tarkir, many players cried the loss of Abzan, Mardu, Sultai, Temur, and Jeskai's clans. Now, with the passage of time, the people of Tarkir have grown weary of their draconic overlords. As they rediscover the traditions and strength of their ancestors, the balance of power shifts once more. Therefore, for Tarkir Dragonstorm, I predict the triumphant return of the Khans. The 5 legendary clans will rise again, bringing back 3-color wedge mechanics and reigniting their ancient rivalry against the dragons. Second prediction, Khans vs Dragons. With the possible return of the original Khans from the erased timeline, the balance of power on Tarkir is about to be shaken once again. No longer content with their lost legacy, the Khans may rise up to challenge the Dragon Lords who have ruled for centuries. This sets the stage for a massive conflict between the reborn Khans and the Elder Dragons, a war that could reshape Tarkir forever. Therefore, for Tarkir Dragonstorm, I predict not only the return of the 5 legendary Khans, but an epic battle between the Khans and the Dragons, a true war for the fate of Tarkir and the multiverse. Third prediction, a new cycle of Elder Dragons. Tarkir is defined by its 5 3-color Khans and 5 2-color Elder Dragons. In Khans of Tarkir, we witness the war between the 5 enemy wedge-colored Khans, each of whom worshipped aspects of their long-extant Dragon Lords. Then, in Dragons of Tarkir, the plane's fate was rewritten. 5 allied color Elder Dragons seized control, ruling over the remnants of the old clans. Therefore, for Tarkir Dragonstorm, I predict the emergence of a new cycle of powerful mythic Elder Dragons. However, unlike the 2-color Dragons of Tarkir, these 5 new Elder Dragons will be 3-color enemy wedge aligned, mirroring the aspects once admired by the original Khans. Fourth prediction, a new cycle of ascendancies and commands. As Tarkir Dragonstorm blends the past and present of Tarkir, it's impossible not to consider 2 of the most iconic cycles from the original Tarkir block, ascendancies and commands. Khans of Tarkir introduced 5 ascendancies, powerful enchantments representing the dominance of each enemy wedge-colored clan. Dragons of Tarkir countered this with 5 commands, versatile instant speed spells tied to the allied colored Elder Dragons. Both cycles have become format staples, frequently appearing in decks that use their respective colors. Now, with the possible return of the Khans clashing against the new mythic Elder Dragons, I predict that Tarkir Dragonstorm will introduce a brand new cycle of both ascendancies and commands, each reflecting the new power struggle that defines this era of Tarkir. Fifth prediction, Ugin. Ugin, the Elder Spirit Dragon Planeswalker, has always played a crucial role in shaping Tarkir's destiny, from guiding the Khans to preserving the rise of the Elder Dragons. His influence has left a lasting mark on the plane. Now, with the sparking of many planeswalkers, Ugin stands as one of the most powerful remaining planeswalkers in the multiverse. Though he is native to Dominaria, Tarkir has been his most significant battleground. Therefore, for Tarkir Dragonstorm, I predict that Ugin will once again intervene, this time in a way that reshapes the fate of both the Khans and the Elder Dragons. Will he restore balance, or will his influence lead Tarkir into an even greater storm? Sixth prediction, Sarkhan goes back in time. Again, after the events of March of the Machine, several powerful planeswalkers lost their sparks, Sarkhan Vol among them, and if there's one thing that unites these former planeswalkers, is their desire to regain their lost power. The Ether Spark presented a rare opportunity to reclaim planeswalking abilities, but it ultimately fell into the hands of the champions of Amonkhet, who are unlikely to hand it over to Sarkhan. With that pot closed, Sarkhan has only one option left, traveling back in time once again. He has done it before, reshaping Tarkir's fate by restoring Dragon Rule. Now I believe he will return to the Nexus, seeking a way to rekindle his spark and reclaim his destiny as a planeswalker. Therefore, for Tarkir Dragonstorm, I predict that Sarkhan will time travel once more, diving into the past to restore his lost power. Seventh prediction, the return of Nicol Bolas. With Sarkhan's quest to reignite his spark, Ugin's influence, and the champions of Amonkhet's victory in the Girapur Grand Prix, one name looms over it all: Nicol Bolas. For decades, Nicol Bolas was the ultimate villain of the Magic multiverse, manipulating events from the shadows, stealing sparks, and seeking godhood. But after his defeat in War of the Spark, he was stripped of his power and imprisoned in the Meditation Realm. Therefore, for Tarkir Dragonstorm, I predict the return of Nicol Bolas, restored to his full menacing power. If the champions of Amonkhet succeed in using the Ether Spark to reignite his spark, the multiverse may soon face its greatest threat once more. 8th prediction, returning a new mechanics. With Tarkir Dragonstorm likely featuring both Khans and Elder Dragons, it's almost certain that we'll see a mix of returning mechanics from the original Tarkir block alongside exciting new mechanics. From Khans of Tarkir, we could see the return of Outlast, boosting creatures over time, Prowess, rewarding non-creature spellcasting, Delve, fueling powerful spells with the graveyard, Raid, encouraging aggressive attacks, and Ferocious, rewarding high-power creatures. On the other hand, from Dragons of Tarkir, we could see the return of Bolster, strengthening weaker creatures, Rebound, recasting spells for free, Exploit, sacrificing creatures for value, Dash, speeding out creatures for temporary aggression, and Formidable, triggering effects with high power creatures. With such a rich mechanical history, Tarkir Dragonstorm will likely introduce brand new mechanics that enhance the conflict between the Khans and the Elder Dragons, possibly rewarding players for choosing a side. Therefore, I predict that Tarkir Dragonstorm will deliver a blend of old and new mechanics, making the set a perfect fusion of past and present in Magic's most iconic warring factions. 9th prediction, a new cycle of triple lands. If Tarkir Dragonstorm features both 3-color Khans and 2-color Elder Dragons, the set will need lands that efficiently support these factions. While dual lands are useful, a more versatile land cycle is necessary for smoother multicolor gameplay. The original Tarkir block introduced us the Elite fetch lands and the Wedge color tap lands, which both offer decent mana fixing. However, I believe Tarkir Dragonstorm will introduce us a new rare cycle of triple lands. Therefore, for Tarkir Dragonstorm, I predict a new rare cycle of triple lands that will enter the battlefield untapped, tap for 1 primary color, and have an ability to tap for 2 additional colors. 10th and last prediction, a very special guest, Fetchlands. Khans of Tarkir is best known for one of the most popular and widely played land cycles, the Elite Fetchlands. These 5 rare lands allows players to sacrifice them and pay 1 life to search for a land with one of 2 basic land types. Their inclusion in Khans of Tarkir marked the first reprint of these lands since Onslaught. Before this reprint, allied fetch lands commanded prices around $100 each. The influx of supply from Khans of Tarkir drastically reduced their price, bringing them down to nearly half their previous value. Therefore, for Tarkir Dragonstorm, I predict that the 5 allied fetch lands will return, but not as part of the main set. Instead, they will likely appear as special guests, adding chase value to the set while maintaining their scarcity. So these are my 10 predictions for Tarkir Dragonstorm. Leave me a comment below. What are your expectations for this Storm of Dragon set? And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.